All right then, let's try this again. Can figure this out. Some people said they wanted to see me. I don't know why. Not that good looking. So this is my camouflage for YouTube. Wild D here. Today we're going to talk about simple solar systems for your camper, off-grid, nomadic. Some of these work with camping, some of them work with off-grid. They can all work together for various things. Some of these things you would not haul around if you're going to do a camping out of a backpack. Some things will. Okay? Keep it as simple as possible. There is complicated systems out there, yes. That's not what this is. This is simple. I want to make it so everybody can understand, and then you can go with other stuff from there. Okay? Just give me a second. Alright. There you go. There's some of the things that I do, some of the systems. Okay, we're all done. Just kidding. Okay. When I first started, I found these. These are great. Get them in Dollarama. Each system is batteries for this side. It does a great job. It hangs upside down and it's dirty right now. And it can go around a pole. It's called an umbrella light. Gives you a great amount of light and very thrifty on batteries as well. I also have this. Gives you lots of light. So if you want this over top of your stove, somewhere like that. And there are two adapters, one for the wall, one for 12 volt. So you can charge this while you're driving down the road. It also, it's got a magnet, which works quite well. And a light in the top, and it can hang. It's a shop light. It works everywhere. These little guys work pretty good. They're AAA though, so the batteries are more expensive and they don't last quite as long, but I have an option for that. And think of light from there, light from there. This little one actually comes in handy. I use it. I just sit underneath the shelf that I have. I need a light. I just grab it most of the time. Now for charging batteries, you're going to notice, you're going to say, what's that junk? Well, there's a battery in there. On and off. It's dirty. It's been using it for years. The on and off is for the light. Can't see it now because it's not going to work. Ouch. That's how I charge. Get 4 of these. Stick the batteries in there. They recharge. Leave them on the dash. Take them out. Put them in there. This one though is different. This is a capacitor or one of those. Mr. Madness can probably tell you. So I just use it just as a light. Okay, that's what they look like. You're more familiar with the base. Here we go. Dum -dum -dum. This is a solar battery charger. Now it's going to show you nothing because there's no batteries in there. So there's no batteries that don't charge. Works pretty good. Double A's. My headlamp, and don't take them apart. You never can get back together. Just a clip-on light, button cell. Works. Of course, you got the bigger lights, mag light for defense, as well as light. Okay. Now, you're at home thinking, why does he have that big battery charger? Well, you need one. 2 ways. Before you're going to head out, before you go off grid, make sure you get a good one. This is an older one. It does not have it doesn't have a timer on it, doesn't have turn off. So I have to watch this. If you're charging batteries, you will need to know that it takes about 6 to 8 hours because you don't want to cook your battery. That's the problem with the old ones. I have it as a backup just in case I'm somewhere and I need to have it. Now you in your home, you can plug this in the wall and now you have 12 volt, so you can test whatever you want to do. This is a little bit more recent. Little battery here, 12-volt system, designed for vehicles, and it's a deep cycle. Okay, you want a deep cycle or a marine battery, which is a deep cycle and start. So this is a little one for, I think, those little cars. I bought it at Princess Auto on sale for like $15. Automotive systems, red or white is positive, black is negative. Don't mix them up or you blow whatever you have stuck in them. Very simple to use. This one will recharge my phone anywhere from 4 to 6 times. And then I just stick it back over there and run one of the solar panels to it. I'll get to that. Red, positive first, black, negative second when you put them on. When you take them off, negative, ground, always off first, and then you're positive. Mechanics tell you to do that, mechanical books tell you to do that. That's what you need to do. So originally when I first started, I used this. It's an adapter, and it's alright. Now I use these and I really like them. I was going to go buy this $30 gauge from Canadian Tire. The Americans think Sears. And it has on here all these fancy dancy little... You stick this onto the battery and it tells you immediately if it's low or high or what it is. That's great. That's $3. Now I have this in just a little cup holder so I can hang it. Sorry. I have it in a little cup holder so I can hang it. Okay. The lights on here, this one's $3, $2.50, $3 from Dollarama, and this one was a $30 one from sale. They both have their place. This one's more for laptops, but works great. Stick it in there and turn it over. Whoops. That's good, nothing. Counterbalancing. There we go. So now that's what I have hanging over near the ceiling so that I can have light in my cooking area. Just take this, plug it into there, take those, put them into there. Put your red on first, put your negative on. Okay? Simple, simple. You also can put USB cables. You can also put appliances in there. So if you have any that have lights or designed to go in a socket, $3, you can't beat that. Okay. Now we're going to start getting into some projects to show you. Oh, sorry, yeah, I forgot. This here is a 12-volt system, so if you have a cooler or something else you want to try it at home, it's also a good way to do it. You plug it in the wall, now you get 12 volts. So before you decide to make the jump to RV, living, nomadic, off-grid, buy yourself one of these so you can test things. It's 12 volts coming out. You don't have to worry. It's always 12 volts. So you stick whatever you want in there. You know it's never more than 12 volts. And then you can test and you can say, well, I don't like this light. It doesn't give me good enough. Now, my laptop for my van and for my camper, this is what I connect. This is my power source. Universal AC DC, doesn't say DC, sorry. Different ends, 12 volt system, 100 watts. Look for the ones that are 120. I didn't have a choice. Okay, that runs my laptop. I can run other things with it, but I just leave it for that. If I want to do something else, I have this little goomer here, and you can run little lights. So that's another system. All you have to do is take this, hook it up to this, and away you go. And because this is a closed cell, you can have it inside the camper with you. Not regular car batteries, because they'll expand gases and you go thump. Okay, this one you take and set. So if you have a little radio or whatever, you don't want batteries, little batteries, you put on there. Lots of different options, folks. And when I said projects, here we go, projects. Sorry, I do need to get a tripod. I know. Some of these, like this is expensive. About $15 now. So I went to Princess Auto and I bought some my own parts. I make my own. So with prices off, it was about $1.50 or a buck. There's my wire. Positive, red, ground, black. So I can make my own parts and put them on there. You can put the wire into here, into the gator clips. Some people know them as roach clips. We can talk about that stuff. I always call them roach clips. This is what I grew up. Didn't even know they were called gator clips for a long time. Make your own, or fixing. These are great to have with you. Not very expensive, don't take up a lot of room. Just another project. Instead of, I want to build a battery pack so I can not use the AAA and just use the AA because I can charge them easier. There's a way to do that. This is other parts you might need. 30 amp inline fuse. Okay. This $6 will be turned into a windmill. Right, so there's lots of wind here. The other thing is these solar panels, the smaller solar panels, can run these computer fans, 12-volt computer fans, really easily. So some of these little fans that I have will be way up at the top of the camper. We put there where the vent is to help pull the hot air out. And I just leave them hooked up to these little solar guys. They will run 2. One's better, depends on the fan. This one will run 2 fairly well. And from morning till night, then they can go help pull the hot air out. I have a bigger one in the window. That's a 5.5 volt. That one recharges the batteries. This is the 7 watt, so it's even more powerful. I have a 20 watt, but I don't have any bigger than that. You got more money, buy a bigger panel. You can always down the power, but you can never up the power. Sorry. All right, the last thing here is my solar power radio. I bought it at an event. It does work, even though it's got that. It works pretty good, even on solar. I get about 20-25 minutes out of it. But I put batteries in because I don't want to have it go dead all the time. It does have a crank, so you can crank it by hand. This one's pretty decent. It as well goes 15-20 minutes on a crank. This other one's a crank, was never good. 5 minutes. Crank it, crank it, crank it. Every 5 minutes, forget that. Throw batteries in there, it lasts for a year. Now, I don't use the radio a lot, so maybe 6 months for everybody else. So I'm hoping this one with the 2 AA's will last 6 to 8 months, a year. This one definitely lasts a year, so I'm going to keep that. That's a good amount of time. So you go out. It does not have weather information. So if you want to get radios with the weather information, I suggest that as well. Alright, so that's just an overview. I hope I made it simple, easy. This saving me money because AA, AAA batteries are expensive. These lights work good. $3, $20, $30. It works great. Good system. Okay. You can learn. Hopefully I helped you to learn a bit. Learn more on your own. Never take one person's opinion. Doesn't matter what they say. Okay. Look around. So hopefully I've helped you out. This is Wild E out. Have a good day, folks.